The year was 1838. German immigrant Johann Adam Lemp arrived in St. Louis. He sought a new life. He also craved a taste of home. Lemp began brewing beer in his basement. Word spread. His brewery, Western Brewery, thrived. By the late 1800s, the Lemp family was a brewing dynasty. They were the toast of St. Louis. They lived in opulent splendor. But fate had other plans. The Lemp family's success wasn't to last. Tragedy struck. It began with Frederick Lemp, Johann's son. Frederick Lemp's death was a shock. He was in good health. He had everything to live for. Some whispered of foul play. Others pointed to a family curse. The official cause of death was heart failure, but many found it hard to believe. Frederick's death marked a turning point for the Lemp family. Their fortunes began to decline. The once joyous mansion grew heavy with sorrow.
The Lemp family never fully recovered from Frederick's death. It was like a curse had settled upon them. Their once bright world grew darker. The mansion, once filled with laughter, now echoed with whispers of sadness and despair.
The Lemp family's tragedies continued, casting a long shadow over their once celebrated name. 4 members died by suicide within the mansion's walls, each death adding to the growing sense of despair. The mansion became a place of sorrow, its grand halls echoing with the silence of lost lives. It seemed to absorb the family's pain, the very air thick with their grief. The first to take his own life was William J. Lemp Sr., the patriarch, whose death marked the beginning of the family's tragic decline. He was found in his office in 1904, a place that once symbolized his power and success. A single gunshot wound ended his life. The city mourned the loss of a prominent figure, but within the mansion, a sense of unease grew, as if the walls themselves whispered of the family's sorrow. Whispers of a curse spread through St. Louis as people speculated about the dark fate of the Lemp family. The once respected Lemp name became synonymous with tragedy, their legacy overshadowed by sorrow. The mansion, a symbol of their success, now stood as a haunting reminder of their downfall, its grandeur tainted by grief. It was as if the very walls held the weight of their sorrow, a silent testament to the family's tragic history.
William Lemp Jr., known as Billy, found his father's body. This event shattered him, leaving an indelible mark on his soul.
He took over the brewery, but he couldn't escape the shadow of death that loomed over the family. The weight of his father's tragic end haunted him daily. Years later, in 1922, Billy took his own life in the same room as his father. The room seemed to echo with the sorrow of the past. He used the same revolver. The similarities were chilling, almost as if history was repeating itself in a cruel twist of fate. The mansion, it seemed, had claimed another soul. The walls of the house held onto the despair and tragedy of the Lemp family.
The suicides of William Sr. and Jr. cemented the Lemp mansion's grim reputation. It became known as a place where sorrow lingered. People began to whisper of ghosts, of spirits that roamed the halls, unable to find peace.
The mansion, once a place of grandeur and celebration, became a source of fear and fascination. Its beauty was overshadowed by its dark history. The Lemp family's tragic story became intertwined with the history of the house itself, forever marking it as a place of sorrow and mystery. Today, the Lemp Mansion is a restaurant, an inn, a place where history and modernity intertwine. It's also a hotbed of paranormal activity, drawing in ghost hunters and curious visitors alike.
Guests report strange occurrences, from inexplicable noises to eerie sensations. Footsteps echo in the dead of night, as if someone unseen is walking alongside you. Doors slam shut on their own, startling even the bravest souls. Cold spots send shivers down spines, making the air feel heavy and foreboding. Some claim to have seen apparitions, ghostly figures that vanish as quickly as they appear. A young girl in a lavender dress, often seen playing in the hallways. A man in a white suit, believed to be William Jr., still roaming the mansion.
Staff members have stories too, recounting their own eerie experiences. They've witnessed glasses shattering inexplicably. Lights flicker and dim, casting long shadows. The piano plays on its own, filling the air with haunting melodies.
Is it the spirits of the Lemp family unable to find peace? Are they seeking solace or perhaps trying to communicate? Or are they trapped, forever bound to the mansion's tragic past, unable to move on? The Lemp mansion stands as a testament to a family's rise and fall. It's a place where history and the paranormal collide.
The restaurant serves up delicious meals. Guests sleep in the inn's elegant rooms.
But the mansion's dark history is never far away. It lingers in the shadows. It whispers in the wind.
The Lemp mansion is a chilling reminder. Tragedy can strike even the most fortunate, and some stories, it seems, extend beyond the grave.